Good afternoon. Today is the 9th of January and I'm still at the Autosport International show at the LEC in Birmingham, where I'm a guest of the Planet Auto YouTube channel. I can definitely tell you who I am because I have been given this lovely pass. This is Hall 1. I've already done things in Halls 4 and 3A and 3 and 2. Saw some modified cars and historic rally cars, and now we're going to look around Hall 1 where there are some other tasty treats on offer, such as this replica AC Cobra. I don't think this is a real one. No, it's not. This, however, is a real Lotus Elite, designed by, I think, a gentleman named Peter Kirkwind Taylor. Made of glass fibre. This will be about 1958 or thereabouts. Oh, it's a replica. Really? Crazy. I thought that was a real one. Okay. The real one's 100 grand apparently. That's a 72 replica, and that is 45,000 pounds. Another AC Cobra here. Ford GT40 replica. Again, it seems like a bit of a bargain at 70,000 pounds. Real ones are a lot more than that. This is a real Mark II Escort though. Sorry, Mark I Escort, I do apologise. I've seen Mark II already. On the Roger Albert Clark Rally, the RAC Rally. That's quite funny. Looks like a sort of twin cam, something like that. Not really sure, maybe about 1971 or thereabouts. Some more replica racing cars here. This one looks a bit like this is called a TDR Noble. That looks like a Lola. What's that door handle off? Is that an old Fiat or Lancia door handle? And a good old Ford keyring. Interesting. I think that's another replica GT40. Yeah. And then a real Jaguar XK SS. The AKSS. You could buy these brand new, unregistered. I imagine it's a six-figure sum or something like that. Another replica GT40. Rather good value. A replica AC Cobra. 1980 plates, so I don't know what that's based on. Let's have a look and see what that's based on, to see if it actually says anything. Doesn't say. It's funny, it's finished in 1998 and it's 1980 plate on it. Anyway. Oh, Riley. Very, very nice. £150,000. Pretty special Riley. 1938 Riley 2.5 supercharged blue streak. Certainly streaking away in this. Look at that dashboard. Oh, that's tasty, viewers. Love Rileys. Another replica AC Cobra. Which one's by? I don't know. Which one by? It says Cobra on it. It's a Dax Cobra. Okay. This is. I don't know what this is. It's got an LS3 engine in it. It's another Corvette engine. Factory 5. FFR GTM. Can't say I've ever heard of one of these before, but if you want one of these, it's £50,000 at total head turners. Another replica here. This is a replica of a Porsche 356 Speedster. So maybe even newer than 2006. It's built on a Boxster chassis, and that looks like a Boxster interior to me. 97 Boxster. Certainly a bit more expensive than one of these, but look at this. Ooh. Oh, that's nice. do like that interior very much. And we've got something else here. I don't even know what this is either. I was one of ZRC10R, okay. It's the thing they had on, was it Grand Tour? And then another AC Cobra here. Let's see what else we can find. We've got a couple of friends who are in the Caterham Academy Championship. They've completed, I think, 4 years each of it. So this is what your car looks like when you start off. You've got things like the lights and things still on it. So this is a sort of first year car. You don't actually get the seats, those are actually an option. So you can have whatever seats you like. They're very low, these things. I think this has a Ford 1.6 engine in it, but obviously as you get better at the championship, you can have more power. Next to it, we've got this Caterham 21, and these are very, very rare cars indeed. They were only built for a couple of years, and they didn't really sell many of them. People weren't so keen on them, so you don't see many around. It'd be about 97, 98, something like that. This is an S, so it'd be in 1998. Next, you've got this BMW Compact. There's a whole racing series for these BMW Compacts. They're not expensive to buy or anything. This is a first generation compact, interesting colour. A bit more expensive though is this Mark III Capri. I don't know what specification this is. I just know it's a Mark III Capri. It's not rusty, so it must be worth a lot of money then. Presumably that's for 2.8 V6 Cologne in that one, but I'm not really sure. Then you can race yourself a Fiesta ST. There's a championship with these two. Over here we've got a couple of MX-5s. There are MX-5 championships as well. Excellent. Rather nice Talbot Sunbeam Lotus here as well. I don't know what year this is, to be about 81 or something, although it's still got the pre-facelift headlamps, but I think all Lotuses had the pre-facelift headlamps. Scene 2 in the show is pretty good, isn't it? Often people are saying to me that motorsport's too expensive. I mean, you know, you want to get yourself one of these, it's going to be expensive, but one of these, that's expensive too. And this thing, I don't know what this is. Some kind of Land Rover based thing. However, this apparently is a Citroen Saxo 1.6 VTR bought for £60. It's done 60 events and lasted for 4 years. It's taxed and MOT'd. And it's been really good in, I think, some kind of rallycross championship or something. Pretty crazy. I mean, obviously he's had a few bumps along the way. That's why he's got different coloured bonnet, different coloured bumper. I actually reviewed a Citroen Saxo with this type, this facelift type, on my channel back in the autumn. This is I think a 2001 or 2002 car on 51 plate. It's not a VTS, it's a VTR. It's probably why it was cheap. What's not cheap though is this Peugeot 309 GTI. I don't think I've seen a 309 GTI for some time. This I think is a pre-facelift one with the higher boot lid. Yep, that's a pre-facelift one. And yes, of course, Coventry fleet plates on it, because that's where Peugeot, I think it's still based, but this would have been built at Brighton on Dunsmore. And Colin McRae himself drove it. So there you go, it's actually got Peugeot Talbot Sport on it, because that's what they were called at the time in about 1988. Absolutely brilliant. I do apologise, viewers, for the background music, and if there are any announcements or anything like that. But just the way that these Shambolic shuffles goes, I didn't ever promise anything professional. I mean, that's why it's called a Shambolic shuffle. Here we have a 1969 Morris 1800 Mark II that's nicely prepared for historic rallying. Just like the old days, we've got a spot lamp on the roof. Got some proper mud flaps on the front like that, and lots of other lights too. These were remarkable cars back in the day. But it did do actually a lot of rallying. It was quite surprising, really. You think of them, you don't think of the old Landcrab as something of a car with motorsport pedigree, but it does have some. Like this Mini Cooper S. I don't know what year this is. There's a little A series in there. It's very, very, very nice indeed. There we are. Morris Cooper S. And here we have the Ogle SX1000, which is another mini-based car. There we are, you can see from the early 60s, Ogle SX1000. Not seen too many of these. The only thing I've ever seen one of these is at probably the Goodwood Revival, actually. I saw a couple of these. But yes, and yet another Lotus Cortina, which is coming up right now. This is the Autosport 70th anniversary celebration. And there is a nice Lotus Cortina, third one I've seen on my travels today. Also a Cooper T50. Sorry. Go around that way. Going in the way if someone else is filming. I've got to go this way. Maserati 250F, I think these are called in the birdcage. And then Jaguar C-Type. Right, now we're out of the way of someone else's shot. We can have a look at this Lancia Stratos. This one was about 1975, something like that. Incredible cars, but not very comfortable and a bit interesting to drive, so I gather. Nice Lotus John Player special here too. I know many of you on my channel are fans of Fords of the 1970s and 80s, and so here is a 1987 Ford Sierra RS 500 Cosworth. That's for date of homologation. I mean, I know by this stage the Sierra road car had a facelift, although they didn't do that on the RS Cosworth hatches. They then made the RS Cosworth saloon. Classic caliber livery, correct wheels, dangerous side exhaust, and a whale tail. Very nice. Here we have Super Impreza, sort of Colin McRae type spec one. This isn't Colin McRae's Cargo, this is Kenneth Ericsson's. This will be the sort of first generation Impreza. Classic gold wheels, ProDrive lettering. ProDrive just based not too far away from here in Banbury. Their centre's just off the M1. So I think the number plate on this car might actually be genuine. It's been 95, 96, something like that. And next to it we've got the Audi R10 V6 TDI that won Le Mans in 2006. Excellent. One car I find quite interesting here, in amongst all the others, is this Volkswagen Up GTI. It's a very similar engine to the one in my Seat Toledo. In the Up GTI it normally generates 115 horsepower. This one will be a bit more. I mean, look at the size of this, some kind of performance air filter or something on it. I don't know exactly what it generates, there's no statistics or anything, but this is I think called the what is this company called? It doesn't have a name on it. I don't think it's called OEM Plus, it's called something else. But yes, there we go, there's their logo anyway. The Up GTI has just been discontinued actually, along with all the other petrol-powered Volkswagen Ups and the Skoda Citigo and the Seat Me. They've all released electric versions now. This is a Golf R that's been modified by the same company that didn't seem to have a name. Oh, racingline.com, there we go. Don't know why it's so hard to find a name of some of these things. This is a pre-facelift of Skoda Fabia that's been modified. One I drove on my channel in 2018 had the same headlights as this, but probably not much else. thank you ever so much indeed for watching this slightly shambolic shuffle around the Autosport International show here at the NEC in Birmingham. This has been the second part. There is another part that I recorded earlier on, if you haven't already seen that. But thank you very much indeed once again to everyone who is subscribed to the channel. If you haven't already done so, please do consider subscribing. I've been a guest of the Planet Auto YouTube channel, so have a look at them for a lot more footage of the event. Because I don't film everything on the slightly shambolic shuffles, I only film what I think you'd be more interested in, then there's a lot more here to see. Don't forget to visit my Facebook page as well, facebook.com/Lloyd Vehicle Consulting. Thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching.